Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Just like that. We have Meanest versus Nicest celebrities. If you was to think of somebody right now, who you think about when you come down to a mean celebrity? I don't be thinking. But if you come across somebody who's nice, who you think about? I don't know.
I don't think about
That's crazy.
I mean, I know there's a lot of nice ones, and I've heard there's a lot of mean ones, but I just don't have anyone in mind, like off the top of my head.
I'm just trying to come up like somebody they were like just rude. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, I've heard about a lot of people just being rude and so like.
Damn, I'm thinking about somebody that was like that motherfucker.
But
and I can't think of it.
I can't think of names off the top of my head.
Right now, you know that joint I just we go. No wonder why these people they draw a straight blank. Cause I'm thinking everything, but I'm not thinking of no name.
Huh?
You know the videos where he be like, name your 3 favorite white people.
Oh, they do, yeah.
But name your 3 favorite black people. Motherfucker be like. You
but
put me on the spot.
Been put on the spot.
And you and all these names just keep you.
Yeah.
You know somebody they said was mean, and especially back in the day, Charles Barkley. Oh, the things he has done, bro. You know any Charles Barkley stuff? I'm talking about like he was an asshole.
That's what they said
to fans. No, the things in like that types. And a fan
for real?
Spit on him. Hopefully I ain't confusing that.
Please don't be. Like
just look it up. Like look up the story.
No, you look it up before you say it.
Like no, Charles Barkley was he cussed him out.
But you don't know if that's who you talking about.
I do know who I'm talking about. Charles Barkley was an asshole.
But you said
I'm saying that scenario. I don't know if that's 100% fact, but I think so.
Okay.
But hey man, that's a lot of assholes when it comes down to it. But make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want the first part, you got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video.
Like it with a thumbs up.
But for real, though, the more you move up in the ranking and in the tier of celebrities, especially Hollywood, the more assholes they became. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not for everyone, but yeah.
No shade for what he going through, but Diddy has always been considered an asshole in the industry. He making motherfuckers go walk across the bridge to go get a cheesecake. No!
The hell nah, bro.
Who are the 5 nicest celebrities and who are the 5 meanest?
I can tell you who the meanest one I ever met was. Her name is Ellen DeGeneres.
But while all the evidence points to Ellen being awful, Adam Sandler is always highlighted as being incredibly kind. Take for example the time he was refused a table at IHOP after the server failed to realize it was Adam Sandler asking. Embarrassed, the server shared the CCTV to TikTok, prompting Adam Sandler to meet with the waitress personally, while joking about the rejection by stating, "For the record, I only left the IHOP because the nice woman told me the all-you-can-eat deal didn't apply to the milkshakes," although fans were impressed for a slightly different reason. It's very humble of him to not assert that he's a celebrity and ask for special treatment. He acted just like a regular customer and didn't challenge anyone. I respect him for that, with his humble attitude extending to wedding photo bombs and that time he randomly appeared for some chicken.
Hi guys.
No way. No way, you're joking.
He filmed a good chunk of Mr. Deeds in my hometown, and he was simply the nicest man ever. He would come out to sign autographs after a full 14+ hour day of shooting. Didn't matter how long the line was, he made sure every single person got to say hello. He had time for photographs and chats with everyone in town, frequented all the local coffee shops and posed with employees. He seemed to really care and know how excited we all were to have a movie happening and always had a smile, although Adam's fans aren't the only people to talk very highly of him.
One reason why I like Adam, I've always tell you this all the time, it's like he puts on the same people. Like once you in Adam's little clique in the little circle, bro, you got to roll in every movie he put out. Yeah. I mean, everything he puts out, you always see the same people, and they always give their full effort behind it. I'm like, damn. But and the thing is, you don't be like, dang, you don't get caught up in them being from this role. You just like, yo, you know, it's just people are, but you like, it's still a different role.
Yeah,
you get what I mean? Like, it's like he got his own little mini Hollywood.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's one thing I like about Adam, because as long as you are cool with him, you always got a job, no matter what.
I said that you take it back.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm just going to take it back.
And always had a smile, although Adam's fans are the only people to talk very highly of him.
You guys love each other. Is that fair to say?
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. I hear each of you individually talking about the other in such fond terminology.
Yeah.
After Pete Davidson worked with Adam Sandler on Saturday Night Live, Pete went on to state he's just such a cool, nice guy. I can't explain how wonderful of a person he is. Just like caring and sweet and not full of crap, which is very rare to find. But while Adam Sandler's happy on-screen mood clearly extends to his personal life, Mike Myers from Austin Powers is apparently much different when the cameras aren't rolling. Twitter users expose Mike Myers as an absolute nightmare to work with. The article referred to a tweet reading, "Mike Myers had me fired off the set of The Love Guru because I made eye contact with him and I was there as his bodyguard." The tweet had been posted by a person named Jay Brody, who then expanded on the incident in a podcast.
You'll be basically guarding Mike Myers' trailer. They're like, here's the catch. Can't look at him. But I realized, like, I can't let just anyone into the trailer. So I look up, I catch his eye for a second. I give him a nod to let him know I'm cool. And then I look away, and within an hour, I get a phone call letting me know that I'm fired and I have to get off set.
Prompting others to give their own anecdotes about Mike Myers' terrible attitude. I was an extra in Love Guru and remember being told we can't make eye contact with Mike. When I tell people this, they don't believe me. Thanks for confirming. People always wonder why there weren't more Austin Powers movies, but never realize how many stories there are like this about him. Basically, no one wants to work with the guy, with one of these other stories coming from the set of The Cat in the Hat, where Mike's co-star Amy Hill stated his area was all covered with tenting because he didn't want anybody seeing him. It was so weird, it was just the worst, I was miserable. Hill also revealed how Diva Myers selfishly kept everyone waiting for hours, overruled the director, and even had someone standing by, just holding his personal chocolates in a dish. It was just a horrible, nightmarish experience, although people have only...
That's like a motherfucker just taking advantage of their celebrity
status.
Yeah, like the celebrityism and likeness. It's like, yeah, don't make. You know how like people, especially, that's a trait I feel like that's just been pushed around Hollywood so much that now coming to age where you have more people who have status and of popularity. That just not because you're an actor or because you're a singer, you have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you can be a celebrity no matter what.
I can't make eye contact with that blew me.
You
think I'm about to walk around?
I forgot
let me go.
I forgot to see.
Cause I like making eye contact.
I forgot to see you this video yesterday. Mm-hmm. DC Young Fly was talking about Eddie Murphy, and he wanted to come off like rude or bad or anything. He said, but with Eddie Murphy, because you know he is in Candy Cane Land, we just watched, and DC is, and he was talking about how Eddie Murphy. He said, unless you see Eddie Murphy's face, it ain't Eddie Murphy. He said if it's a head or anything, but it's literally you're not looking at Eddie's face, you're not looking at Eddie Murphy. I said, damn. He said he has his own like life personal stunt double. I should have sent you the video, but he was talking about. He said, and what's so crazy, he said the stunt double looks just so much like him. He said where he was telling him, he was talking to Eddie at one point. He was just telling how much he admired him. He was an inspiration. And he said he was talking to him for a good minute. And the dude said, hey, I'm not Eddie Murphy. He said you could have fooled my ass. He said that's how much his stunt double looks like him. He said, but if you're not if the camera shot is not on on Eddie, and he's saying lines, it's his stunt double. So every time you do, I said, that's crazy. You know how much power that is?
That is crazy.
Ever said the opposite about Steve Buscemi. Buscemi worked as a New York firefighter before quitting to pursue acting, although when the Twin Towers were destroyed on September 11, Buscemi walked into his old fire department to volunteer, working 12 hours a day for a week straight in the hopes of finding survivors. He called his old firehouse, then receiving no reply, headed to the site, where he found his former engine company. I asked if I could join them, he said, adding I could tell they were a little suspicious at first, but I worked with them that day. It was a privilege to be able to do it. it. It was great to connect with the firehouse I used to work with and with some of the guys I worked alongside. Note, this was in 2001 after he was already extremely famous from movies such as Fargo, yet according to an independent article on his volunteering, very few photographs and no interviews exist because he declined them. He wasn't there for publicity. Wouldn't you think you were hallucinating if Steve Buscemi helped you out of the rubble? What a great humble guy, with a Reddit comment then offering a slightly more personal story. I used to serve him all the time and he never once was a diva. Always had a smile on his face, and I mean I don't even think he once had a complicated order. He always ordered the most simple thing on the menu and always tipped 20+%, not to mention Buscemi gets extra credit for being close friends with Adam Sandler. However, it seems Jerry Seinfeld was left out of the party, given every clip of him I've seen outside of his shows is just him being an unlikable douche with an ego the size of a small country. This sentiment began with a Larry King interview from 2007.
I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry. Do you know who I am? 75 million viewers. Last episode.
What? You don't take it so bad.
Well, that's the big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry. B-movie opens.
Can we get a resume in here for me?
B-movie opens tomorrow.
Although this attitude extends into other moments like the time he rejected Kesha.
I love you so much.
Oh, thanks.
Can I give you a hug?
No, thanks.
Please?
No, thanks.
I remember
Yeah, no, thanks.
Oh.
That was so embarrassing for her. I remember that like it was yesterday. Damn, that's messed.
And I understand, okay, you have a.
But she on the carpet too, so she gotta be somebody.
Yeah, but a lot of people like, that's his personal space. If he don't want to give somebody a hug, he doesn't have to give a hug. But honey, like, if you really don't want to give a hug, you better get that little church hug, honey.
Also, he probably don't know who she is.
He probably didn't, but my thing is like, okay,
because a lot of them live in a little bubble.
Yeah, I mean, but just give a little church
But yeah,
hug.
like you said, but obviously she's somebody she's able to come up to.
She's right. She's back there with you, so I mean,
she just said, "Hey, oh, thank you."
Something. I ain't asking for no full body.
Make out with me.
Yeah. I mean, but teachers on. I mean, whatever.
That was a nice moment. I don't know who that was. Yeah, it was Kesha. Okay.
Jerry then offered no apology for rejecting her.
I don't hug a total stranger. I have to meet someone, say hello. I need to know, who are you?
No,
and she was very nice about it. We laughed about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you hug her afterwards?
No.
No?
Leading Kesha to change her mind about him for pretty obvious reasons.
What happened with Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh my God. Are you friends with him?
I am not.
Okay, we're good. It was like the saddest moment of my life.
Jerry also has a reputation for destroying the paparazzi.
The worst place, like you bomb. I'm sure comics go through all the time. Another very weak question.
And after Lady Gaga was moved to his luxury basketball box for acting rudely at a game, he had this to say.
This woman's a jerk. I hate her. I can't believe they put her in my box, which I paid for. This is what you give people the finger and you get upgraded? Is that the world we're living in now?
Hysterical. I love it.
Jerry Seinfeld's meanness definitely has a charisma to it. However, if you're wanting a more humble type of charisma, then we have to talk about Post Malone. With entire compilations dedicated to him treating other people kindly, there are almost too many wholesome moments to choose from.
You see that shit too?
I thought it was just my eyes, because I got issues.
The buffalo? Because it felt like buffalo.
And maybe,
Maybe what?
Because storm's supposed to be coming in.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know.
It happened again.
I didn't see it this time.
And I feel like it's coming from this one.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just do what we gotta do.
This is awesome. I love you too. Thank you.
There was that time he went out of his way to greet a 21-year-old having his first beer, or that time he gave his $5,000 guitar to a fan after a concert.
You want a guitar? Yes! It's like a $5,000 guitar, so you have to promise me. You gotta promise me that you're gonna take care of it and play it. Okay?
Post Malone treats paparazzi in the opposite way to Jerry Seinfeld.
Boss, I want you to know that I really like your music.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
that means
definitely.
a lot to me.
Can you say hello to Nicole?
Hi, Nicole. Love you guys.
And when this fan somehow made it past security, Post Malone hugs the guy and treats him respectfully before he's taken off the stage. In a different instance, Post Malone let a fan come on stage to play the guitar part in Stay, and it's therefore no surprise that fans have told anecdotal stories such as, as. Someone in a similar thread said Post moved into his brother's street and went and introduced himself to all his new neighbors and invited them for a barbecue. Genuinely sounds like an awesome guy. I believe this 100%. He had a party at an Airbnb or something a few houses down from my group's Airbnb, and he legit went around the cul-de-sac himself inviting everyone to the party. He also spent the entire night moving between groups, chatting and generally being a phenomenal host and ensuring everyone had a blast. 10 out of 10 dude. But while nobody has anything negative to say about Post Malone, it seems nobody has anything positive to say about Chevy Chase. Remember when Pete Davidson praised Adam Sandler earlier in the video? Well, Pete had the opposite to say about Chevy Chase, stating, "He's a fucking douchebag, I hate that dude. He's just a genuinely bad racist person and I don't like him." Chevy Chase was—
Hey, those are strong ass words.
Hey.
Those are strong words. Damn.
From Community after calling Donald Glover the N-word, not to mention before the firing, Chase was simply difficult to work with.
He was someone that did not want to be there for the hours that we were keeping. He sometimes could be in not great moods.
Earlier in his career, Chevy Chase had gotten into a fist fight with Bill Murray, and while interviewing Robert Downey Jr., Chase stated, "Didn't your father used to be a successful director? Whatever happened to him? Boy, he sure died, you know, he sure went to hell." It's therefore no surprise that even Will Ferrell stated, "The worst host was Chevy Chase." Yet Chevy Chase foolishly claims that all criticism is just jealousy.
Did you just say that writers writing anything negative is jealousy? Yeah, I did. What kind of jealousy? I'm funnier than them? Yeah, I guess maybe. I'm considered good looking? Yeah, there you have it.
It seems Chevy Chase needs a lesson on humility, and who better to teach it than Shaquille O'Neal?
You gotta humble yourself. It's all about humility. And that's why I am where I am now. I humbled myself. I don't look down on people because they're lesser.
Back in 2011, Shaq had hit rock bottom. He'd retired from basketball, divorced from his wife, and had no idea where his life was going next.
I was lost. 76,000 square foot house by yourself. No kids. Go to the gym. Nobody's playing in the gym. You go to their room. Nobody's there.
It was during this period that Shaq's mom Lucille gave him some advice.
And then the queen, Dr. Lucille O'Neal, said, "Hey man, I don't know you no more. You need to humble yourself." And when mama talks, a true man listens.
After which Shaq began working on becoming a better person. He'd state, "The day I killed the narcissist Shaq is the day my kids texted me, 'Hey daddy, I miss you.' Bro, when I got one of those texts, man, I actually cried then. I didn't know what to say. After I got that love from them, I said, you know what, I'm not gonna be the asshole Shaq no more. Because I was an asshole and I lost everything." The day—
He was, bro. He was. At one point, you know what I'm saying, the infamous Kobe Eater. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. And it was like, even like a lot of stuff he did was like cocky, but he did a lot of things to kind of clean up that karma. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he understood, I put out a lot of bad energy.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to cleanse that.
And I don't want to be known for that.
Yeah.
You don't want that to be like, oh, only known for being an asshole.
Basically. Yeah. Like, and I think it's just, you know what I'm saying, as you get older.
Yeah.
Wiser, you wisen up, you know what I'm saying? You young, got all this money, got all the access. But like he said, once he retired, he lost, like, you losing some of the assets now. You like, hey, for me to keep them doors open, it's not about who, like, because I was a superstar basketball player, it's more about my personality now and how to keep that legacy going.
You know what, I'm not gonna be the asshole Shaq no more, because I was an asshole and I lost everything. The day I released all that me, Shaq is the day the blessings opened up. As a result, Shaq's been trying to create a fairly unique legacy.
Talk about legacies, I want mine to be one sentence. Shaq was a nice guy.
Which has been aided by his random acts of kindness, purchasing bikes, shoes, and laptops for less fortunate children. It seems the only people Shaq won't give money to are his own kids.
Because I believe in respectable nepotism. You get all A's this next semester, you can get whatever you want. So he gets all A's, and I was like, go to the dealership and pick one. Then I get a call from Tesla. I said, man, you better take your ass across the street to Honda.
But while Shaq is an obvious choice as a nice celebrity, someone you might not expect to be rude is Bill Nye the Science Guy. I met Bill Nye as a kid and he was the biggest asshole I've ever met. It was a huge letdown after watching his show so often in class. My science teacher from 7th grade told us she had an explanation for why she tried to show us as few Bill Nye videos as possible. I believe she said she attended either a science workshop or an event for teachers where Bill Nye was there, and he was completely rude to her and dismissed her the whole time. Bill's dark side becomes pretty obvious when he debates other scientists. However, it seems he becomes the meanest when talking to his most popular demographic, kids. Bill Nye came to visit my university. I was sorely disappointed. Bill Nye relied on sexist jokes to relate to the crowd. He kept complimenting women's legs and saying weird stuff about how sexy women are. He was trying to be relatable, but was sorely mistaken, as he faced a crowd of driven female engineers and scientists. He went on about climate change and basically insinuated that we could be the policy changers while the real scientists did the real work. I couldn't believe how much my views of him were falling apart as I watched him pander to students he clearly didn't care about. I later heard that he wouldn't speak with students, only professors, with this anecdote following the very common theme of Bill Nye was my hero until I heard him talk. Although thankfully Keanu Reeves is the perfect balance, but
I would have never thought, but also you gotta look at a lot of men as they get older like that, and they feel like they like untouchable like that, and they've been put in this position of power, and like even like say for instance like Bill Cosby. I heard he was an asshole too, but you look at him on the Huxtables, you like there is no way, you know what I'm saying? Well, the Cosby Show and playing Cliff Huxtable, you like, nah, ain't no way this man is an asshole. This man has like the perfect father image, you know what I'm saying? He was the doctor, right? And the wife was the lawyer. Like, oh, you the doctor, bro. You do like you solid, you very family. Man, totally different in real life. And I said, no way. Bill is like, they were like, Bill Cosby is an asshole. Like, I said, wow. But you would expect him, same way with Bill Nye, you would expect him because, you know what I'm saying, he was always pushed for education for the young, the youth, and like, but sometimes, they always say, the worst thing you want to ever do in life is meet the person you look up to. Yeah. Because a lot of times, you will be disappointed. And I say this, it's not always 100% true. You know what I'm saying?
That's not always facts. Yeah.
I met somebody like I looked up to as far as playing basketball growing up. Penny Hardaway. I met him, and I had like one of the most genuine like conversation. Like it wasn't like you meeting a stranger the way we was talking. It was like you just catching up with somebody you always know. Yeah. And we were just talking about sports, basketball. And which I'm sure he was like, damn, here go another, you know what I'm saying, fan want to talk about basketball. But I was like, we was talking about like local stuff and stuff like that. So it made me even like more draw and want to support him even more because I realized how humble he was. You know what I'm saying?
Between good and evil. While filming the second two Matrix movies, Keanu Reeves chose to give up $75 million worth of his movie earnings, instead redirecting the money to the special effects team who he said deserved it more. Even then, this might not have been his most charitable act whilst filming. As a Reddit user stated, a family friend builds movie sets, doesn't design, is one of the poor dudes that just builds. Anyways, he worked on the set for The Matrix, and Keanu heard about family trouble he was having and gave him a $20,000 Christmas bonus to help him out, although money isn't the only thing that Keanu has given up. In 2011, he was candidly filmed giving up his seat on the New York subway, and 3 years later in 2014, he waited patiently for 20 minutes in the rain outside the wrap party of his own film Daughter of God after a mix-up because he didn't want to cause a scene. He didn't say, hey, I'm Keanu Reeves, or yo man, this is my party once to the bouncer, and the owner of the club was horrified when he found out afterwards that the actor was standing in the rain. It's therefore no surprise that there's an extremely popular subreddit dedicated to Keanu Reeves being awesome, although if there's one person who could offset this kindness with meanness, it's definitely Ellen DeGeneres. Right now we all need a little kindness, you know, like Ellen DeGeneres always talks about. She's also notoriously one of the meanest people alive. Respond to this with the most insane stories you've heard about Ellen being mean, and I'll match everyone with $2 to LA Food Bank. This was the tweet that started her downfall, as nobody could have expected how bad the responses would be. When I was 15, the Ellen Show was doing a contest of fans making a bust of her and sending it to her. I worked so hard on this and even wrote her a letter. Weeks later, she used it as a prop in a game and gave it away to a random person with $500 attached to the bottom. Working for her, I was instructed that I can't look her in the eye and never ever say hi to her first. But don't worry, she definitely won't be saying hi to you in the first place. She creates the most toxic environment for her staff. I worked at Real Food Daily, served her and Portia at brunch. She wrote a letter to the owner and complained about my chipped nail polish. Not that it was on her plate, but just that it was on my hand. I'd worked till closing the night before, and this was the next morning, almost got me fired. Chris Pontius stated on Steve-O's podcast that he wasn't surprised to hear these anecdotes.
It's crazy that all this stuff's come out, like, about Ellen being mean, because when I met her, I thought she was really mean, like, and she's like, so what do I gotta do? And she's just pissed to be there. And then she comes out on stage and she's like, all like funny, nice Ellen, you know, like the person that they think she is.
And apparently neither were the 10 employees who came forward 4 months later to expose her terrible working environment.
Toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is. We were told from the very beginning, don't talk to Ellen, don't do this, you can't go into her office. It was very nerve-wracking, very stressful. We all walked on eggshells all the time.
As a result, Ellen took a 14-week hiatus, returning with a pretty standard apology.
Sometimes I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that.
However, this failed to ensure a returning audience, as in May 2022, Ellen's show was cancelled completely.
You know something, it doesn't
take much.
It doesn't take much at all to just be nice, to be a nice person. Like, I don't understand why people feel like, I don't care who you are, I don't care what status you have, how much money you have, where you at in life, what you've accomplished, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Like, people sit on this high horse. Like, at the end of the day, honey, that means nothing.
True.
When it's all over, it means nothing. It doesn't take much to be nice to people at all. I can't look at you. I gotta walk on eggshells. Work environment toxic. No, that is no way to be.
Like, I say this, like, because a lot of people, like, I know people who around the same number of us on YouTube, mm-hmm. and they walk around with a high horse. They feel untouchable. They think they, like, you know what I'm saying, on some clout, you know what I'm saying? Just because they're on the come up. But with us, like, I say this, if you ever see us in public and you come up to us, it's not that we get nervous, like, we don't want nobody to speak to it. It really catches us off guard when people say they watch us. We just be like, oh shit, you watch it. And it makes us more nervous than anything else, but we're appreciative of y'all, those who have seen us in public and have recognized us.
So that's different to just be taken back or shocked or whatever the case may be, because you don't get that daily. That's different than just being flat out
and
like mean to people.
When I say, like, if you see us ever in public, feel free to speak. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be, don't talk to me. I don't, because we've seen YouTubers who, don't talk to me. Not right now. Please feel free to speak. Taking photos, might not take photos. Hey, you'll never. But I will communicate and have a conversation with you, and we can talk it up, chill, like. But hey, photos, might not be in that mood.
I told myself, I said, "Ooh, child, let me start going at this house looking like something."
Because you know what I'm saying, everybody.
Sometimes I'm like, I gotta run somewhere real quick and don't look like my absolute. Yeah. Maybe I need to be looking my best. Cause I'll just say this: half of the time.
Read the room. I'll say the photos is not always off guard. Yeah, but learn, understand to read the room. But don't be afraid to. I'm talking about as far as photos, but don't be afraid to come up and speak and say, "Hey, I watch it." Because first off, one thing we always ask, "Oh, who are you?" Like, you know what I'm saying, and we be wanting to know who y'all are, so we can be like, "Oh, we appreciate it," and we really, like, 100% appreciate each and every one of you who constantly click on the video, like, you know what I'm saying, like. And who those who comment, we see that stuff. We recognize y'all for real. We're 100% supportive. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we do also understand that, hey, we are just like you. Right. We just record, so we're no better than you. So if you want to come say, hey, man, feel free to come say, hey, say what's up to a partner. What's going on? I'm like, what's going on? I might not be like that, but I'm okay.
But no, but for real, it doesn't take much at all. I don't understand why people are just mean and rude for no reason. But yeah,
that's crazy though, man. But hey, man, make sure y'all continue to spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it down below. But as always, I do go by the name DJ Nicest.
Sierra Nicole.
Yeah.
Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my folks. Dollar.